Look at the Ghanaian economy at the moment. It's doing. Let's just be honest. It's doing terribly.
Not terribly.
Well, when your inflation in your country, inflation in Ghana.
I don't know the economy in the world that's doing well.
Inflation in Ghana.
Where you are.
Hey guys, welcome back, and this is particularly to all my Ghanaian family. If you are a Ghanaian and you are a subscriber of this channel, I need you to pay close attention to every bit of what I'm about to say here, because at the end of the day, I believe we are one family, we are one West African country, and whatever bothers you, whatever disturbs your sleep, your heart, is part of our problem and is part of my problem as a Nigerian. I see most times when some of you Ghanaians speak with so much concern for what we Nigerians have been going through all these years of bad leadership. And one thing I know for sure is, if you are a good person, if you have a good heart, whatever bothers the next person should be a problem to you. It is only someone without conscience, without a good character, without a good heart, that will definitely see something happening to the next person and keep mute and begin to make mockery and laugh of it. I repeat, I am never and will never be that one person that would definitely see something going wrong somewhere or see people having issues and I keep quiet. Why am I saying this? I needed to come from this route because I want you all, my Ghanaian family, to understand where I'm coming from. Because most times I see when Nigerian YouTubers from the Nigerian YouTube community make content, create content about what is happening in Ghana or things that they experience in Ghana, most people misunderstand it and they take it to be something else. And that's why I want to say this is not for any negative reason whatsoever. Like, I see some YouTubers on this platform make jest and make mockery of the current situation in Ghana. That is the height of insensitivity. Like, it is an avenue of inciting issues, trying to stir up hate, trying to stir up anger and bitterness between the Ghanaians and the Nigerians. Why, for any reason, will somebody, a grown-up man, pick up his camera and begin to make jest of what is happening currently in Ghana, making a mockery of Ghana? Why? What does it tell you? It shows the real character and attitude of that person. So these are not the kind of things we should encourage on the social media. The social media space should be sensitized and sanitized in a way that when we see things that are happening in our other West African countries, as Nigerians, as Ghanaians, as any citizen of any country, we should be able to use our voices and our platform to speak, to definitely condemn it if it is wrong. So I will not really want to delve into the political issues that is happening right now in Ghana between the citizens and the leaders, particularly the president. But from what I have gathered so far, I have taken my time to observe. I will say in a nutshell that I see that the leaders of the country Ghana have not really been fair and are not really giving the citizens what they demand and what they expect, which has deteriorated to what they are suffering from now, which is one of it as lack of electricity or shortage in electricity and high inflation and currency issues. So many issues bothering the citizens of Ghana. And it didn't just start today. It's been ongoing for years, right from the tenure of the present president. And the citizens have actually tried time to time to speak up to see how they can air out their pain, their hurt. And at the end of the day, it seems as though the leaders up there are not trying, they are not responding accordingly. And what is the essence of having a leader if they cannot come down and listen to the voice or the voices of the citizens, of the poor masses, of the less privileged? I shared a video on this space concerning the speech of the president. I deliberately shared that video because at the end of the day, I believe what the manifesto, what the promises are from the beginning, is supposed to be equated to what is going on in the country right now. But to my greatest surprise, I observed that so many citizens in the country Ghana are not happy. And it bothered me so much that I had to go and find out what is wrong, what is going on, and where did the leaders get it all wrong. And to my greatest surprise, I stumbled on this interview, which I'm going to play here so that you all can take a look at, listen carefully and observe closely what you can depict from this interview. And judging from when this was aired till date, what has been a significant change? Has it been good or it's been worse? I would like us to talk about it and address it, because when things are going on, it is not for us to look and observe, but for us to air out our opinions, our mind, and at the end of the day, achieve one common goal or one common drive of what? Success. So we will look at this video and we'll be right back.
Look at the Ghanaian economy at the moment. It's doing. Let's just be honest. It's doing terribly.
No, not terribly.
Well, when your inflation in your country, inflation in Ghana.
I don't know the economy in the world that's doing well.
Inflation in Ghana.
Where you are here,
Inflation in Ghana.
the highest inflation.
Well, 15.7%. The Ghanaian cedi has fallen 20% on the dollar. The worst after Russia, which has a lot of sanctions against it.
It's began to firm up. It has begun to firm up, and we're seeing the cedi systematically appreciating against the dollar.
People still can't employ. I was just reading today. People in the hospitality industry that you're pushing so hard. Having to lay their staff off. We've got taxi driver unions threatening strikes because of spiraling fuel costs. It doesn't look like a place that I want to go and put my money.
Where will you put your money in the world today? Where will you put your money? In Britain, which is suffering the worst standard of living for over 30 years? Let's situate ourselves correctly. The world is going through very difficult times. Ghana is no exception. Nigeria is no exception. There's no country in the world that is escaping the ravages of both COVID-19 and also the impact of the Ukraine. But what you need to look at are where are the elements being put on the ground that look beyond the COVID and beyond the Russian-Ukraine war. And I think you'll find that in Ghana, the recovery program that we have is one that is considered very credible, and it is what is going to give us the opportunity to come out of this period a stronger economy. And it is that future that we're looking at when we're attracting people.
Let's talk about one of the structures that you say you've put in place. The e-levy, a lot of people are calling it a stealth tax on people who already are impoverished. It's a 1.5% tax on people who do business on their mobile phones. So they use their mobile phones to send money or to...
The digital economy, the mobile economy.
Yes, but you're taxing people on money that has already been taxed.
It's the biggest economy in the country. It's emerging as the biggest economy in the country, and for a long period has not had any taxation at all. So it is important now that they also come into the net. Our country has one of the lowest tax to GDP ratios of any country in West Africa and of an equivalent economy. The ECOWAS area, the general average today, tax to GDP average is about 18%. Ghana, we're at 13%. So it's as if you're talking about a country which is already overtaxed, if anything at all, is undertaxed.
Okay, let me take you up on that point. On your low tax ratio to GDP. I'm just going to read this quote to you. It's from John Kwache, who I'm sure you might know is the Director of Research at the Accra-based Institute for Economic Affairs. He says there are several loopholes in our tax system that if they are plugged, we'll be able to raise our tax to GDP ratio to something like 20% from the 12% that you're talking about. Are you speaking to experts like him?
First of all, there's a recognition that
he says that there's no need for the e-levy.
Well, that's his point of view.
He's an expert.
Not as an expert. They're experts in government as well, and we think it's necessary, and that's the reason why we...
You think it's necessary to tax people who are already impoverished?
They're not already impoverished. We're talking about people. We're talking about taxing an industry and transactions where a lot of value is being created, and we want to also bring that value into government coffers. I think that is something that is very... There's nothing so... And the e-levy, it's not Ghana. It's the only country that has something like a mobile tax. Many countries, they will not like it.
Because they're already taxing people who do business online, and then you are taxing as well.
Very little. People never like taxes. I don't know any group of people, especially businesses, when taxes are brought to them that like it.
When you hear all these stories, Mr. President, I mean, Ghana was one of the rising stars of, the economic recovery of Africa, so to speak. But when you hear about all these issues with the economy now, what exactly went wrong?
Nothing's gone wrong. We're part of those who have been very badly affected by what has gone on in the last 2 years. Until 2020, since I came into office, 2017, 2018, 2019, the beginning of 2020, we were growing our economy at about 7%. The GDP growth rate, one of the fastest growing economies in the world, was the Ghanaian economy. Even in the crunch year of 2020, when the economies of the world dived, Ghana, we still managed a positive rate of growth because the fundamentals of our economy are strong. But it has been a difficult task for all the economies of the world. I think it is important that when you're making the kind of provocative statements that you're making, that you situate yourself. You speak as if you're living in the same time.
Now, having seen this video, I believe at some point that it is not really clear and glaring from what the president is trying to portray here. But if you judge what he's saying and what is happening currently as of today in the country Ghana, you will know that it has deteriorated to, a very bad level for the citizens, celebrities, different groups, organizations, and societies to come out in mass to talk about things that are not sitting well in the country. It saddens my heart, and I want to sincerely say at this point, my heart is with you all. I want to appreciate the fact that you people can come out in mass in that country and protest. But if you see, even the Nigerians that are mocking at you people, that are laughing at you people today, we can't even come out in our country despite all we go through to protest, because at the end of the day, we all know what is going to happen. It happened to us in 2020 when we came out for the NSAS. Every Nigerian can attest to that. And since then, where have you seen Nigerians coming out to protest? Where? Have just been, muted and silenced as though we are living in a military regime. And this is not sitting right with us Nigerians. And it should not sit right too with you people when you see that things are not going on well. It is the fundamental human right of every citizen to speak out in form of protest or what have you to the leaders, to tell them that this is what is happening. This is our priority as citizens of a country, and you must listen to us. Or better still, at the end of the day, it is in your power as citizens of the country Ghana to use your right, to use your fundamental human right, your democratic right, to choose decisively whom you think at the end of the tenure of this government that will emerge as the right person to deliver this country Ghana back to what it used to be, other than going down the drain and deteriorating so bad. It is really an unfortunate and a pathetic one. I didn't really see this coming, and I never got this signal. But now that I am aware, I am all out, and I'm having you all in my prayers, because if Nigeria wins, West Africa wins. If Ghana wins, Nigeria wins. Forever, I will always stand that we are one West Africa. So a fall to one is a fall to all, whether you like it or not. Whatever saddens the heart of any Nigerian, any true Nigerian, should be a problem to the next person. That is what it ought to be. But at the end of the day, I want you all to come out without sentiment, without bias. This is a non-political movement. Whatever party you are rooting for, it is high time you go back to the drawing board, look at the picture very well, and at the end of the day, come out with the right candidate, come out with the right decisions, come out with the right points, and air out your view as well, so that at the end of the day, your voices will be heard, and the problems and challenges going on right now in the country Ghana will be resolved in a matter of time. I wish and urge you all to protest peacefully and act wisely. Do not allow hoodlums hijack the protest, because that is what mostly happens here in Nigeria where there is protest. This is my message for you and my heartfelt concern towards every citizen of Ghana, whether you are in the diaspora or you are in the country Ghana. Please, all of you should put your mind together, put your heart together, and work things out with your leaders. Whether they listen or they don't listen, at the right time of election should determine who the perfect leader should be. Just as we Nigerians should also begin to look forward to come 2027, decisively put the right leaders up there in the position so that we can begin to experience changes. What we are going through in Nigeria is something that when we talk, people think we are just making noise, but it's so painful. We've been in darkness for all these years, We've been going through inflation for all these years, insecurity, name it. And this is not what the leader of Ghana should be emulating. He should look at what the Western world practically are doing and emulate what is best for the country and its citizen. That's my candid opinion. I will leave it here, and I want you all to take courage, be courageous, ignore any noise online from any content creator or anyone trying to make jest of what is going on right there in Ghana. I am in Nigeria and I am feeling this bad for what is happening there, and I believe any reasonable human being in his right senses will not make jest of what is happening in Ghana nor any West African country, no matter what. It is unacceptable. Pay deaf ears and focus on what you people want to achieve in your country right now. While I believe we Nigerians should as well focus on what exactly we want, if our leaders, I said if our leaders will listen, because at this point we don't have a voice. That's why we can't talk. They don't listen. Even all we've been saying, you see what is happening, they don't listen. So guys, let's have it all here. Leave your thoughts, your comments, your opinion right there in the comment section, and remember to always stay happy, safe and blessed out there till I come up here on this space in my next episode. But for now, this is me, Chivicinspirations, signing out. Bye guys.